Hey guys, so it's finally time to make the first attack combo, and the animations we will be using are complements of Paragon Quang. If you're not familiar with Paragon assets, they are basically free characters you can download on FAP, and some of them got quite nice usable animations, and they are infinitely better than the ones we can get at Mixamo, at least that's what I think. And we will be starting with 200 attacks, and then later on we will add 100 and dual wield and so on. So, there is link in the description. You got these 4 attacks: download, import, change the skeletal mesh to escape mannequin, because they are already retargeted. And once you have done, let's go ahead and start. So first thing I want to do is do one small fix, because someone told me that I'm drinking 2 potions in the previous video at once, which I haven't noticed, but if you test it out, I have 4, I drink 1, and I have 3 and 2. So I drank 2. And what we need to do to fix it is in the drinking potion drinking, in this function, the reason why it is happening is because I've connected this on completed, on blend out, and on interrupted. And since 2 of these events can happen at the same time, so for example, when the animation is interrupted, it will also be on blend out. So it will call this part, which destroys the actor if it's valid. So that's fine, because if it's not valid, it won't be destroying anything. Then it will be setting movement speed. If it's fine as well if it's called twice, because we're only setting it to like set value. But then we're removing the items. So if this gets called twice, we remove 2 items. So we don't want to do that. We'll just disconnect it from here, hold and click, and move it here instead on notify begin. So when we actually drink the potion, change stats, and then we remove item. I probably should have done this in the first place. I don't know why we had it connected there. So now if you compile and save, and let's quickly test it out. So I have 4 potions, I drink 1, I'm spamming it, 3 only, and then I drink another 1, 2. Alright, so that's working. And now for the attack combo. So what we want to do is we need to create montage, obviously, but we don't want to create montage from every single attack, because we will have 3 or 4 for 100, 200 dual wield, and maybe some other types later. So there is quite a lot of montages that we would have to edit. Instead, we're just going to create one, preferably do it from attack 1, create any montage, and this one will be called 200 underscore combo. Open it up, and what we want to do here is go to asset browser and search for attack. So those are the only ones that you should have here: 200 attack 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we need to drag the second one in on this line where the animation is, and put it in. That will create the second one. Drag in the third one, and drag in the fourth one. You can also move them around by dragging them like this in front of each other, and that will move it if you did the wrong one, but it should go attack 1, attack 2, attack 3, attack 4. And now basically when you play this montage, it will play all of them one after the other. So let's test it out first. What I'm going to do is go to event graph, and here I'm going to create left mouse button click. So I left this space just for the attack, and search for mouse left mouse button. We will also do it with the enhance input later. For now, this is just for testing. So when we press left mouse button, we're going to play montage on mesh, and this will be our combo. And yeah, that's all we need now. So when I start the game, I click, you can see I'm playing one after the other. But it doesn't look very good, because the blend out time is not set correctly. They're just playing straight after one another. They have different starting position and ending position. So it is a little bit junky. So we will have to fix that. And also we don't want to play obviously 4 different attacks. We want to play only one, and then switch to different one when one is finished, and so on. First thing, as you can see, I can also move while I'm attacking. So we're going to fix that. So For movement, let's go to each animation. And this is where you can do something different. If you want to actually move during your attack, something like in Skyrim, that your character can run and also attack, you will leave the root motion turned off, and then what you would set is on that montage combo, you would set it for upper body slot only. That way you can run and move. But instead what I'm going to do is I'm just going to enable root motion so character can move, but we will set up different root motion that your character will go forward as he is attacking. Just slightly, just a little bit, but you have it in some modern game, Witcher as well. So every time you attack, you move slightly ahead, but if there is an enemy in front of you, you will actually stay on the same spot. So let's enable root motion on each of these, attack 2, attack 3, and attack 4. I'm going to save all just in case. And what we want to do then is split the animation so they wouldn't be playing one after the other. So 200, open the combo. So now to split them, we're going to create sections. And to create section, you need to click on the right click on this first row, new montage section, and this one will be attack 2. Move it here. The reason why I created second one first is because we can rename this default section to attack 1. And then here you're going to create attack 3. Also, if you move it, make sure it's actually between the animations. And then last one will be, you guessed it, attack 4. Again, it needs to be right after the animation. Should be snapping anyway for you, right in between. Cool, so that's set up. Now we got 4 different montage sections. And if we go here to montage sections, at the moment they are connected, so they will play the first one, second one, third one, fourth one. We don't want that. So let's remove link from this one, and remove link. There will be 4 separate sections. Now if we try to attack, I'm only playing the first one always. So now how do we move to second one after we attack? Well, we're going to create a notify state. So I've mentioned notify state before. It works similar way than animation notify. So let's go to blueprints, anim notifies, and here we're going to right click, blueprint class, and we're going to create notify state. So anim notify state, and this one will be, we can just call it combo underscore ns for notify state. And then in the notifies here we can right click, we can add notify state, because it's not the notify, it's notify state, and we have combo here, add it. And as I mentioned, notify state has a starting point and ending point. Don't worry about the ending point now, just make sure we set it on the end of the animation section. And then starting point just needs to be somewhere after the first few frames. Just not at the start, but somewhere before we actually finish attacking. And we're going to do same thing here. Add notify state, combo. Again, do it until the end. And here add notify state, combo. Do it until the end, and add notify state, combo, and do it until the end. And now what do we want to do in this combo? So when the animation notify state begins, we want to switch the section that we will be playing to the second one, and then third one, and then fourth one. So every time this point hits, we will change it for the next one that follows. So to do that, we need to, on the notify state itself, open it up, combo notify state. We're going to set up variable. This one can be type name, and this will be next attack. We'll make it instance editable. Compile and save. And now, if you select this combo notify state, here in the default, we do have next attack. So on this first one, we're going to set it to attack 2. on this one it's going to be attack 3. On this one it's going to be attack 4. And on the last one it's going to be attack 1 again. And now we have this set up, so when we start this animation and hit this point, it will switch to second one. So next time we attack, this will be switched to the second one. When we go here again, it will be switched to the third one, and when we get to this point, it will be going to the fourth one and back to first one again. So now we just need to actually do it in the combo notify state. So we will override functions, and this will be on notify begin. We need a function that will tell the player or enemy that we need to switch for the next combo. So let's go to blueprint interface. So interface is open combat BPI, and here I'm going to add new function, and this will be next attack, next combo attack, next combo attack, next combo attack, and this one will have to have input, which will be type name, and this will be just next attack. Compile and save. Also add it to category combat. And I'm thinking, and we will need also one more, which will reset the attack. And the reset attack we're going to call when this combo hits the end of the notify state. So if we don't attack during that time and we leave it until the end of the montage or montage section, then it will reset back to attack 1. So we will, if you leave it for a bit and you attack after, it will always start with the first one. But if you attack during that time when it was switched before it ends, so we will add can execute action somewhere, maybe here, and then if you execute the action before the montage ends, you go to second one, and again before it ends, you go to third one, and so on. So it will make a little bit more sense in a second. So in the combat BPI, let's create one more function, and this will be reset combo. And this one doesn't need inputs or outputs. Now we need to go to player. Again, sorry, before we go to player, set it to combat. Now in the player, find interfaces, combat, and we go to next combo attack, double click, and then reset combo, double click. Yep, just move it somewhere under this attack. Enable action can be actually part of this. And on next attack, we're going to promote this to variable, and this will be attack section, or just combo attack. I'm going to call it combo attack, but it is section. I'm sorry for this. I'm going to call it attack section anyway, or just attack section. That's a final one. Okay. So attack section, and every time we start that combo, we will call it and we will switch it to the next one, which will be attack 1, attack 2, then attack 3, then attack 4, and so on. And if we hit reset combo, we will reset it to, set it here to attack 1. Alright, now by default, we're also going to compile it and save it. And by default, we also want to set it to attack 1, so we will start with the first one when you start the game. And then we're going to connect it here to the montage section, and we're going to add this to starting section. So if this starting section is attack 1, it will start with attack 1 section, if it's 2, with second one, and so on. So very easy setup. Compile and save. And now basically, if I were to just keep attacking, at the moment I can just spam it, so I'll try to be careful not to press it too many times. But then equip 200, and then I attack again, I attack again. And I'm not actually switching it because again, I didn't set it up in the combo notify state. I always forget this part. So what we need to do here is from the mesh comp we get owner, and owner can be enemy or player, and we're going to call that next combo attack message, which will send message to player that he needs to switch attack. Check the return value to be true, and we're going to connect next attack to here, which this variable will be set from the actual notify state because we have set it here. And on notify end, we're going to override on receive notify end. We're going to do something similar, get owner, and we're going to call reset combo, which will reset it back to the first attack, and that happens only when that montage ends. Compile and save. Now I attack second one, third one, fourth one, first one, second one, third one, fourth one. If I attack first and leave it for a bit, I attack with the first one again, leave it until the end, first one again, so it will always be first one. But if you're spamming and if you want to attacking, you go one after the other, so you got 4 combo, and it already looks better because there is some blending going on, and you can see it's not as laggy as before. Now we just need to set it up so we can't spam it, and for that we already have a notify set up. So let's go to 200 combo, and here we just want to add a new notified track, otherwise it will be quite messy. Right click, add notify, can execute action, and we want to be able to execute action when he actually finishes the attack, because as you can see here again, he finishes attack somewhere not even before half of the animation, and then the rest of it is just kind of what I call dead frames again. Nothing is really happening. So we don't want to play all this and wait until now, until we can attack. We want to attack right after this thing. So can execute action. Just make sure this combo is actually starts before can execute action. Otherwise, when you execute action and you don't switch combo, you will be playing the same attack. Okay, so this one needs to be always before can execute action. And let's go to second one. Again, he attacks, and somewhere here we're going to right click, add notify, can execute action. He attacks, and again here I'm going to right click, add notify, can execute action. And here the last one, he jumps. We can leave it a little bit longer since it's the last one in a combo. And here I'm going to do add notify, can execute action. 5 save all. Now to prevent it from spamming, what we need to do is get the macro can execute action, which just checks if any action is being executed, and if it's not, then we can continue, and we straight away need to get gameplay not gameplay tags because we have function for it. We need to set current action tag to attacking. So character actions attacking, and then we're going to play montage. All right. And now we should be able to not to spam it. So I still don't need to equip weapon or anything like that. That doesn't matter for now. So I can attack. But if I keep spamming it, you can see I'm attacking only at the point where I said can execute action. And this looks much smoother, so he's actually, when the first attack is finished, he moves to the second one, and it goes quite nicely. Okay, combo. If I leave it again, attack the first one, leave it, second one, and so on. Now what we want to do is we want to always have weapon equipped. So before we check if we can execute action, because I think the having weapon is more important, we're going to get the gameplay tag. We're going to check if it has tag. Character checks weapon equipped. And if it does, we continue with this. If it doesn't, here when we pull out the weapon, we're going to set up custom event, add custom event, and this will be equip weapon. I think we have no equip weapon we have, so draw weapon or something. Draw weapon is fine, and we're going to connect it here. So now if we don't have a weapon equipped, we're going to draw weapon, so we're going to equip it. Right, so now we can equip the weapon with the left mouse button as well. So another test will be, so you can see I'm getting notify looted none, and that is because we set that notify to show when we don't actually have weapon in the slot, so we can't equip anything. So now if I add this and click left mouse button, oh, my game is running really poorly now. Left mouse button, and I equip it. Straight after, I can now attack with the weapon. Alright, I put a weapon away, left click, I have to pull it out first and then attack. Alright, so that's working fine. Now what we want to do is we want to set it up so later we can do attacks based on the combat type. So here we're going to do select. I think the current combat type should be fine. We don't need to get it because that is always set when we pull out the weapon. Yeah, so we can connect the current combat type here to index, and then if we don't have weapon, it won't happen because we have to have a weapon equipped. I can also check exact match here, and 100 will, for now, will be set to same combo, 200 combo, here combo, or actually search for it, select it, and then just press this arrow. So set it everywhere, and that is pretty much it. That's all we have to do for the combo system. So now I can do it even with the 200 and offhand, and I can attack. And as you can see, this is actually pretty fast attacking, even with the 200. Like, this animation is going quite fast. So what I would do, I would generally slow it down a little bit. So on the combo we can do play rate scale 0.8, which will slow it down. So it will be like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. But that might still be too fast for a 200 because we have big club in a hand. So now we're going to make use of our stat system. So get a stats component, get max stat, because that's where our attack speed is stored. We're going to get the attack speed, and this is what I mentioned why you need to set it to low values in general. So I'm just going to quickly show you where what my stats are on the weapons. So if I go to blueprints, structs and DT, and items DT, if I go to wooden club, in my base stats I have attack speed of 0.9. I'm actually going to change it to 0.8. And then for rest of them, I think I got like sword 1, iron sword, where are you? Iron sword is 1, so it's faster. And then on offhand, which is my rock blade, I think I only have like 0.1, which adds on top of the main hand, because you always have to have a main hand with offhand. So now basically, if I connect it here to rate, play rate, that means if I have a 200 equipped, my attack speed is 0.8, so it will play this slower. If I have something faster, like sword and offhand, my attack speed will be 1.1, so this animation will play faster. So now if I test it out, so I go to club, equip it, And then this is my attack speed with the club, which I think now is good. It's not too fast. But then if I equip something like sword and offhand, which is attack speed 1 and attack speed 0.1, or actually I'm going to add my axe, because axe has even greater attack speed. I think my axe is set on 1.1. So I'm going to equip axe and offhand, and you can see my attack speed is 1.2, and you will see the difference now. It's attacking much faster. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Alright. So, and that's pretty much it for the combo. So, we have it set up for 200, and we can add some other later, but first we will be focusing on what we can do with this attack combo before we actually make one for each weapon, or each weapon type, like 100 and 200 and so on. We will be expanding on this, so I'll see you in the next video then. Bye!